4 emperors attack the world government together? Would the government be able to survive this attack, and who would win in this epic matchup? Well, in order to answer that, I split the government's power into 5 different levels, and with each level, their power would increase exponentially. Let's first see how would the Straw Hats do on their own, and if they fail at any point, I'll add another emperor crew to help them until we eventually reach the end where all 4 emperors would fight together. So the first line of defense for the world government would mostly consist of regular lower level marine soldiers. Although these guys are obviously really weak, there's a lot of them. Probably over 300,000. So can these guys do anything against an emperor crew? Well, despite their numbers, Luffy and the other Straw Hats have shown several times that regular marines pose no problem to them. During Enies Lobby, for example, we've seen Luffy defeat countless marines without even breaking a sweat. Even if some of them possess Devil Fruit powers, it should still be pretty easy for the Straw Hats. And one blast of Conqueror's Haki will knock all of them out. Okay, that was pretty easy, but now the Straw Hats move to the second stage, where everything will instantly get much harder. During this level, the regular Marines will be accompanied by Vice Admirals. Now, although we don't know how many Vice Admirals are there within the Marines, judging by what we know, there should be at least 50 of them. These guys are surprisingly resilient and even know Haki, meaning battling them wouldn't be easy. To make the situation even worse for the Straw Hats, do you know which ridiculously strong Granddad is part of the Vice Admirals? That's right, Garp! And with him around, the entire crew would have to get serious. First of all, the weaker members of the crew like Chopper, Nami, and Brook would immediately have to go all out in order to survive, with Chopper transforming into Monster Point, Nami using Zeus, and Brook using his freezing abilities. This should be enough to fend off some of the weaker Vice Admirals, but when it comes to Garp, Tsuru, Smoker, or Gion, the monster trio would have to get involved. Gion is an incredibly strong swordsman, who was even considered for an admiral position at one point, meaning she would be a perfect opponent for Zoro. Sanji, on the other hand, should be able to easily battle against Smoker or Tsuru and keep them out of the fight. This would, of course, leave only Luffy and Garp, who would have to face each other. So who's stronger between these two monsters? Well, we don't really know, but one thing is for sure. It's going to be an incredibly close fight. However, even without Luffy, I still believe the Straw Hat crew could dispose of the other Vice Admirals by themselves. I mean, to be honest, although these guys were hyped up to be really powerful, they aren't. During Enies Lobby, the crew was able to deal with them without even using Haki, which tells a lot. So, after some battling, I believe the Straw Hats would be victorious and pass the second stage. And although the Straw Hats have proven to be a real problem for the government, they are not ready for what's coming in the third level. At this level, in addition to all the troops already on the battlefield, the government would send their strongest military force, the Navy Admirals. Even if we give Luffy the benefit of the doubt and assume he won his fight against Garp, he would most likely be out of steam at this point. He could somehow try to find the